Welcome to the channel, friends. Today we are going to do midweek summary. So today is Thursday, so we'll do a diff from Monday to Wednesday to find out what were their biggest moves, have there been any new or removed companies, and how is our watch list doing. We have about 9 stocks on our watch list. Whether they are biggest moves or not, irrespective of that, we keep an eye on those. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side. But the good thing is that ARK Overall Market Value Fund has been going up in market value. So stay with me to take a look at that trend as well. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Welcome back, friends. So this is ARK Summary section where we keep an eye on market value trends. So look at that. September was all downwards, but October is a little bit more promising. There have been downs in October as well, but overall, if you see, it's been trending upwards. So this is great. Even though since yesterday it's been down just a little bit, 0.4% since yesterday, but it's an upward trend overall. This is how 41.42 billion divided in all the 8 ETFs that they have. And these are the number of companies in those ETFs. This week, which is these last 3 days, it's been constant number of companies. There has not been a new or removed company this week. But we'll go over the biggest move. So this is biggest move. People who have been watching know that we do biggest move two ways. One is by percentage of shares movement in the company. Have they added more or removed more? More than 30%, more than 3% in this case is our threshold. We keep changing that depending on the number of companies that show up on that day to make it more consumable. And then we change this to 0 and increase market value threshold so we don't miss the big moves based on stock price. So maybe there is no trading done on those companies, but perhaps the stock price has gone up and hence it's a biggest move. So we look at it two ways. So 3% is the threshold. These are the companies that satisfy that criteria. This is their ranking in 271 companies that they are invested in. These are the extra shares that they have added, and this is how much it had made a difference in terms of market value. I'll hover over each one of these so you can quickly take a look at more trends that pop up, like IZRL Medical is present. It's an Israel company. IZRL present in that ETF. Shares count and stock price trend pops up as I hover over those. So you can take a look at all of them. Feel free to pause the video at a particular one that you're more interested in. Look at this. This one is present in so many ETFs. Looks like this is another company which is present in all the 6 ETFs now. Maybe even more than that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, this is present in 7 companies. Maybe I'll feature this separately in some other episode as well. Dreyfus Government Cash Manins. No idea what that means. It's probably not even a company. It's probably a fund, like currency. They also deal in currency as well. So Pluristem Therapeutics, as it's present in Israel also. I'll go over the negative ones as well, where they have reduced the shares. Here we go. Please feel free to pause if you want to take a look at the trends, more trends as we go over those. A lot of these are Israel companies today in the midweek summary. I've selected Monday to Wednesday as a diff, 3 days. So that was the biggest moves by market value or by shares. Now let's take a look at biggest move by market value. So there is hardly any shares being traded, 1%, 1%, but there is a lot of change in the market value. So just 1%. This is also on our watch list, so we'll go over it later anyways. I'll hover over all of these so you can take a look. Grayscale Bitcoin finally popping up because Bitcoin is doing good. And this is, even though they have reduced a little bit of shares, but that is more of adjustment, looks like. The next genomics, Shopify. I'm running over these very quickly, but feel free to pause the video and then take a look at the trends. So that's biggest moves. Let's look at overall portfolio diff from Monday. We also do this because we sometimes this tells us there are companies that we missed in the biggest moves. Roku, Unity Software, very red there. Coinbase, greenest green. Then new or remove companies, none. There's currencies that they invest in from time to time and then get rid of it also. That's cash. And then you have daily watch list. So as you can see from beginning of this week, Monday to Wednesday diff, they have added 200,000 Palantir shares, 19,983 Tesla shares, Coinbase 35,000, DraftKings 86,000, Hood 45,000, Skills 75,000, and Nano Dimension 34,000 reduced. Overall, none of these are even 1%. So it's more of an adjustment rather than a pointer to buy or sell, I would say. So I wouldn't worry about any of these. Nano Dimension, I know they recently added a lot of shares and it's probably adjusting back just a little bit. In terms of market value, none of these have seen a big change other than Coinbase because the stock price has climbed up to 314. Wow, that's where that's where it IPO'd, I think. So finally back to where it belongs, where it started. So that's great. So yeah, if there is a bigger change in the number of shares, that's when we go into these trends, like which ETF have they added it to. For example, if I click on Nano Dimension, let's say, this was the point where they added a lot of shares to print ETF in Nano Dimension, and then they've reduced just slightly in ARKW and IZRL. It's more of an adjustment. And then you can also see the ranking. They have been maintaining pretty good rank for Nano Dimension in their portfolio. Yeah, a bigger trend if you want to see. But let's take a look at Coinbase quickly because that's the one where market value has gone up quite a bit because of the stock price. They've started investing in it somewhere like in April mid. That's where it IPO'd and stock price went down quite a bit, but they kept on putting in more and more and more money in that, and its rank is number 3 right now. It has finally come back to the price where it originally was. So Coinbase, yeah, it IPO'd at 328 looks like, so almost back to where it was. So you can see that in the stock price trend there. Interesting. Great. So that was your daily dose. Thank you so much for watching. This was midweek summary. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.